Hi and welcome. This is a segment of the Divining Hour. My name is Edie. I'm a psychic medium. I'm going to be waiting a few moments before I begin to do the readings today. I'm going to be doing the readings on the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy and what those two energies mean. I'll try to explain a little deeper about how to balance those two things within the self. Using tea leaf cards today, and I will be doing an individual sign reading for each astrological sign. And if you know your Sun, Moon, and Venus sign placements and your Jupiter placements, depending on where you sit on that astrological sign, you'll be able to apply about 5 of the signs during this reading, not just your sun sign, but about 5 different readings out of this one reading today. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to begin with a little bit of smudging. And for those of you who don't have a chance to get this live, I will be posting this a little bit later so that we can enjoy the energies a little bit later as well. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend and enjoying their Sunday. Hopefully you're outside enjoying it. It's quite a nice day out where I am. It's a little bit gray, but it's quite a nice day. So as I was meditating earlier about what to do today, what energy to bring forward that will be helpful for the collective here that are going through the soulmate journey, I was tapping into doing a little bit more divining through sight and through the tea leaves I was getting to use the cup as the divination process. So I'm going to pull today for each sign a card beginning with Aries for the divine masculine first off. And then I'm going to pull 2 cards for the divine feminine. And these are for Aries, this particular reading. So within this tea leaf reading, I'm having for Aries and the divine masculine, good fortune and spiritual love. So for you Aries who are dealing with this balancing of the energies of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, this is what you're having on the masculine side. And heartache over what you can no longer have, an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth on the feminine side. So your receiving energy, okay, so let me explain this before I go very deeply into these readings. For all of the signs, this is going to apply. Within each of us, we have a masculine and feminine energy. For female energy, for the most part, we have 70% feminine energy and 30% masculine energy. What that means is 70% receptive and 30% projective for feminines. For masculines, we have the opposite. So you would have masculines 70% projective energy and 30% receptive energy. And so you can flip those meanings around, the masculine and feminine, to positive, negative. It is a vibration. It is not one or the other. It is how our cells work in unity. So this is what we're going to go into, what we need to balance within the self. And then I'm going to go a little bit deeper into what we need to bring in for the relationship collectively, like for the collective, each individual sign. So here, beginning with Aries, sorry, it's such a long introduction, but I'll timestamp this a little bit later so you don't have to listen through all that introduction if you choose not to. So it just helps when you're trying to decipher the information that I'm giving you and how my guides work are through the astrological signs. So they will give you quite a bit of information through these readings concerning that. So to balance the energy of the masculine, I feel at this time you're in a stroke of having good luck, Aries masculine energy. And it is also attracting spiritual love. So anything that the masculine energy is projecting at this time, this is what they're wanting in their life. So they're putting this energy out. On the other hand, the feminine energy is dealing with heartaches over what you can no longer have. I feel like you're contending with a lot of energy, feminines, that is looking back into the past. And I do feel over the last week or two, you have been contending with releasing energy for the most part here, Aries, and increasing your material wealth and spiritual growth. Within that, stabilizing yourself, Aries, financially at this time within the feminine energy, you're using a little bit of your projected energy, the masculine energy, a little bit deeper, and you are going to create an abundance of wealth. But this seems like now there's a little bit of a stagnation with it. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper because I'm getting all kinds of information here. I want to go, I'm using, whoops, the very first card that pops out. The Page of Swords is what is going to bring the energy together here. So a new beginning, speaking your truth, feeling like there's a new beginning. Whether you're in a relationship or not at this time, I do feel that if you're not, you are definitely heading towards that energy. So if you feel that you have not met your soulmate here, Aries, I feel like this is what's coming in for you at this time. And I am sensing a period, possibly, not until next year, but it seems to be starting, something is starting here for you. I'm going to pull the romance angels out and give them a little shuffle here and see what they have to say about the masculine side first. So romance angels, what do you have for Aries for helping them balance the masculine energy at this time? Love yourself first. So within this good fortune and spiritual love, I'm sensing that this is what you're cultivating here. The masculine energy is cultivating this spiritual love. So sticking to the energies that make you feel committed and balanced and having ethics. I'm feeling strongly the word ethics. So like your work ethics are important to receive good energy. Like I feel like there was a time, Aries, when there was manipulation within your workforce and you're cutting that out and you're sensing the spiritual energy, the spiritual wealth coming in. And this is the receptive energy or the feminine energy coming in. So there's wealth of feminine energy coming in, and I feel it's money. People, you guys are receiving, Aries, regardless if you're male or female, you're receiving money within the next relationship. Balance within that. And you've strived hard, masculines especially, or the feminines that are projecting what they want. I feel like being in the energy of loving yourself first doesn't push your energy too far forward, feminines, and the masculines is the time for you to do that. This is the time for you to love yourself first. And so when you do that, that causes the spiritual love to come into union and give you a good, strong foundation to move forward into financial abundance and spiritual love. So that's quite a good energy that the guides are giving you there, Aries, for you to work with. So I'm going to go a little further now into the energy of Taurus to see what energies can bring into balance on the masculine energies. So we have the rabbit on the masculine energies, and we have bell. That sounds a little bit interesting. I'm getting quite a few messages from that. Taurus, I'm picking up that. Okay, so the first one is rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. And the other one is bell and announcement. So some of you maybe experience that possibly someone is pregnant that you've been having sexual interaction with. You may have this commitment. And on the feminine side, we have you have wishbone, and you have a wish is granted, and you have temptation will test you. This is very interesting here, the cards that we have. So in the masculine, we have the rabbit and the bell. Too much sexual energy and announcement. And then on the feminine side, we have wishbone here, and we have the apple. Okay. So you have on the masculine side here, Taurus, you know, for some Taurus, I'm feeling people who are having too much sexual activity. There's a danger here of putting too much masculine energy within sexual relationships. So what I'm saying is it's too projective. You need to receive some energy within this. If you want this, you know, I'm sensing here, Taurus, that the people that you're involved with, males, are not somebody you're thinking about a long-term relationship with. But on the other hand, Tauruses and the feminines, they're wanting the long-term relationship. So what you're actually wanting, men, is to receive a relationship. It's what your true wish is, but you're not recognizing it, and temptation is going to test you. On the feminine side, you're being tested by getting your wish that you want. I feel there's a lot of sexual activity, but you need to bring that into balance, and you need to say, hey, lay the boundaries down on the feminine energy. So whether you're male or female, you apply that, whether you're receiving too much or whether you're giving too much, whether you're projecting or receiving. So there's a definite test coming in here for you, Taurus, on both men and women within your soulmate relationships. Get out of here that we have the same card pop out. I'm shuffling away. I'm like, this has been happening. Like, honestly, it's been happening all week. So here we have Aries and Taurus that are dealing with what the angelic guidance is here that's going to bring you together, the Page of Swords. You know, I wasn't going to take that, but I strongly felt that this was the card that's going to bring you two together. It's the same as Aries. So the balance is, but I feel it's the same, but the energy that's coming in is a little lighter. I will say, I feel like that there's a fire energy that's cutting off certain things, but you're able to communicate it in a gentle way. I feel like you're able to speak your truth. That's what I'm hearing. You're speaking your truth. So I want to see on the masculine side what the romance angels have to say here. Calling in your soulmate. I'm telling you, Taurus, you guys, you male energy, the male energy is saying, nope, I'm not ready for a soulmate in your mind's eye. You're like in your lower form self. You're like, no, I don't want this. But on your higher spirit self, you are calling that in through an overabundance of sexual activity. So this sexual activity, the announcement is that you're actually calling in your soulmate here. And you have to have a little bit of a foundation, a little bit lighter energy, and receive some of the angelic guidance that's coming in. On the feminine side, you are getting your wish. I feel like the religious factors here, some of the blockages, and I am sensing that this is about blockages here, is that you may have like guilt or dealing with guilt is what I'm sensing for the most part. Not so much shame, maybe a little bit of shame, but not so much, more guilt. And it's like, that is like your martyrdom. That's what I'm going to say. You're wearing it like a crown. And I'm sensing it here very strongly that there's a higher energy and a higher purpose within those foundations that go back further to your religious foundations. So it goes back into the beginning of time. And I'm seeing I'm sort of sensing here, Taurus, that the feminine energy, you're receptive to opening up to the fact that you may have had other lives that are contending with what's stopping you from getting your wish. So if you release these energies and tap into the higher energy of what the spiritualities with the real crown here, you're not wearing a false mask of going for the temptations of different things. You're actually granted your wish, which is calling in your soulmate and the masculine energy. You're calling it in and you're projecting that energy out. Yeah, I'm ready for that. You're telling people, this is what I want. This is what I want in my life. This is what I'm ready for. So Aries, that's what you're putting out. What you're receiving is divine intervention here to transcend, just sort of I feel like transcend this lower religious energy into that higher crown of spirituality. That's what I'm definitely sensing here, that you're ready to receive that, and you're ready to place your ego aside here, Taurus, and you're like, I give up. I'm just ready to be where the universe wants me to be, and I'm ready to learn, and I'm ready to cut out what I need to, and I'm ready to speak my truth, and I'm ready to communicate with the correct people. I'm definitely sensing that here for you, Taurus. So I hope that was helpful. From the teacups a little bit later on, I'm going to be going into a collective reading, and the collective reading is going to use an actual teacup. I'm going to divine with a teacup for the collective, and that's going to be a little bit of fun. It's been a while since I've done that, and my guides are like, hey, let's do this today. So in moving now into the energy of Gemini, I'm going to pull out feathers and lilies is what you have. Something you know is undependable and insincere, and then you have spiritual love. So there's conflicting energies within the male aspect with the projective energies of Gemini. So what you're presenting to other people is a little conflictual, and so what I'm going to say to you is you may be dealing with what you're putting out there is wanting a spiritual love, but what you're really dealing with is someone you know that is undependable, and you don't want to put your energy in, but that's what you actually want. So there may be some further guidance for you, Gemini, in a few moments with the cards. I just want to get the feminine energies out, and we will, oops, excuse me. I just turned up the music by accident. Maybe you needed to hear that for a little while to calm your energy. I am sensing here, a little frazzled energy, and it's the past couple of readings with Geminis that I have sensed this strongly. So you guys may be having some severe anxiety and dealing with that. So psychic ability. Okay, so trust your intuition. Opportunities are waiting for you. So the feminines here, I'm going to hold up the masculine, and this is what we're dealing with now, the feminines. Sorry about the glare there. So we have the eye and we have the door. And so with this, the opportunities are waiting for you here, Gemini. You're ready to see psychically and trust your intuition. You are definitely sensing that the masculine energy around you is undependable and insincere. So you are ascending to the higher spiritual love, and you're only going to receive and project that energy from now on. There is an opportunity waiting for you. So I feel like there's another soulmate coming in at this time, but your psychic awareness is opening, and maybe that's where I'm sensing the anxiety. As this is coming in for you, Gemini, you may be very much empathic. So as you feel it come in, then you really don't know what to do with it, and it's overwhelming to your senses. And I'm also sensing here, Gemini, I'm going to tell you, what I'm seeing is some substance abuse and the damage within the aura. And you may need some healing of that and protection of your aura. And if you know anything that will help you with that protective energy, I strongly feel like even just a white candle, asking for protection from the angelic energies, whatever it is, sense that you believe in, I feel like, or whatever it is, just the universe, be in the flow of the universe and light, whatever it is you're feeling. But as long as it's done in the purity of light, then that will protect you through those psychic senses and openings. I'm also seeing you maybe taking a course on psychic ability and opening that energy correctly and deciphering what you're actually receiving right now. So you may be receiving a lot of information. The Queen of Wands, of course. So this is also very receptive energy, and I'm feeling very watery energy, but it's a sense of air at the same time. So there's two elements in the alchemy of this equation between the masculine and feminine energies. I'm seeing the psychic awareness, and that you may have spiritual attack. Yeah, you're seeing you have spiritual attack. You're given this gift right now so you can ascend to the higher spiritual loves and the opportunities, bringing those two opposites into divine union of the soulmate energy. So the soulmates that you're dealing with right now, you're trying to go into that door of divine union. You're seeing where you need to go through many avenues. So you're knowing that this is not the avenue for you right at this time, Gemini. On this, let me say this is a general reading. So for those of you who are in loving relationships and this doesn't apply, this is just not your message at this particular time. And, join us again for another one, because I'm sure you'll hear a message or in the collective a little bit later. We don't know how the energies are coming down. And if you only are going on your sun sign, then that's just your personality. So, if you go into your moon sign, that's your hidden energies, your subconscious, and energies that you're receiving as well. So it deals with all of that. It's very interactive reading all of these readings. So knowing those applicable signs are good. And there's a free natal chart that is down that I'm going to post below. And all my other videos, they should be there as well. But I'll post it later when I'm done the video with this. And when that is applied, then you can see in the Venus sign, the Venus placement in your chart, because, it's all you really need to know is where that is, under what sign. And that's the sign you're going to apply to your soulmate divine union twin soul journeys. And so in the Geminis here, the masculine energy, your concentration, your projective energy should be on finances and career and what you're building. And I had sensed that a little earlier in the week for Geminis. So on the feminine energy, what you're supposed to receive, you're supposed to be receiving an engagement. So there may be, what I'm going to tell you, what I'm seeing here, Gemini, is a sense on the astral plane. I'm going to turn this music down. I hope it's not too loud. I'm sensing that on the astral plane, you're being protected right now because you're seeing psychically into the energies. Pardon me, my cough. You're moving into the psychic energies, Gemini, of seeing what is good for you in that spiritual love that we talked about earlier. You know what that means for you, so you're ascending into that. But you may not consciously know completely. So your finances and career are what you're going to engage in. The other thing is that I am sensing some of you, of course, I'm not really sensing like an actual wedding engagement to a wedding or anything of that, but I am sensing celebration and I am sensing conversation, engaging in conversation. So that's what you need to do. And even if it's psychically, I feel like you may have some psychic conversations with your soulmate partner. And even the person, I feel there's two things here: calling in your soulmate, concentrating on your career and finances, knowing you're going to ascend to a spiritual love, and recognizing what isn't spiritual love and who's duping you. You see it now. And you're going to move out of that with ease. I feel like the energy of the feather is coming in air. A lot of air energy here, Gemini. I feel like it's a little lighter than what you've been used to. So you may have a sense of just concentrating on something that's important to you, a little self-care, which is important. And that's what balances the soulmate energy out for you. So we're going into the energy of, whoa, almost all of the deck is turning over here. So I'm going to, there's so much here. I feel like it's too much. So I'm going to just shuffle a little more, Cancer, and I'm going to pull out what is good for, okay, the same, honestly, I was going to tell you the wishbone came out and it came out again. So I'm going to take it. That's twice. I can't not take it. So there we are. Get your wish, Cancer. Let's see what's going on. Balancing. Oh, we have temptation will test you and your wish is granted. So now is the time. You must be going through a testing period for your wishes to be granted. So I do feel like you're calling in a soulmate energy here, Cancer, and that's in the masculine energy. So you're projecting that. Cancers are putting out that energy of calling in the soulmate. You are calling in that soulmate. The soulmate's energy is danger, especially with money matters. And that's the bear. And we have the broom, a new home, new attitudes. So your soul, the feminine energy, is dealing with coming out of, I feel, money matters. And there is a home, a new home, a move. There's a situation. And I am sensing, I'm going to tell you here, Cancer, I'm sensing that the feminine energy wants to move in with the masculine energy. So if you are a masculine Cancer, your partner now wants to up the game and move in with you. That's what I'm sensing strongly. For the feminine energies, you may be protecting against someone moving in with you, and you want to stabilize yourself a little bit further in balancing your own energy before you want to fully engage in that in that soulmate energy. And yep, you're balancing emotions within all of that. So I feel like you've gone through a little bit of a tough time here, but you know, for the Cancers who are the masculine, you're going to get the wish that you want. You maybe, I feel like maybe, I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up here. So this is just for some, remember it's a general reading, that you may be tempted with another relationship or a sexual relationship. So you're going to come into balance in that. And I feel like you're going to pass this test of balancing that emotional energies of what you want, what you desire, to what you know is the correct thing to do. And so your wish then is granted. And I want to see what your wish is granted from the romance angels. What is it that you're going to get here, Cancer, because you passed this test? And I'm going to tell you, if you don't get this, your guides are being very clear here. Wow. If you, I feel like you want to end one relationship and go full hog into the next relationship. So one of the persons has unrequited love. One of the people that you're dealing with here, that you're trying to choose between, you get the wish that you want, and the one that you don't want walks away quietly. And you balance the energy. Now, on the other hand, I'm seeing the flip side of this. If you do not, and you are tempted and go into this temptation that doesn't balance you or isn't for your highest good in your soulmate energy, the person that you want, they are the ones that's going to have the unrequited love. So be cautious. That's the energies I'm picking up here. It seems to be a little like with this bear energy, it's dangerous energy. So watch what you're receiving. Watch what you're receiving. I feel like some of you may be needing to clean out your home. Like there is like stuff going on. Oh, look at this. Healing family issues. So healing family issues with the romance angels, they're telling you that deal with past things, clean it up. Don't fall into temptation of past energy. Go forward and get your wish masculine. That's what you want to project. Dealing with all of that nonsense. Balancing it all. In the feminine, what you want to receive is you're going to be cautious with your money and your new home and your new attitude. You don't want to be too fierce. You don't want to be too overwhelming, because you're healing financial matters and healing family issues. So these family, I feel like with children, or even your own inner child, you're healing this stuff right now, Cancer. And that's very important. And you don't want to be like overly projective. You want to be receptive, but you want to clean it. You want to let it go as soon as it comes in. That's what I'm sensing too. Like if you're not moving in, even if you're just cleaning out the old energy, what you're receiving, you don't want to receive any more attacks. You want to receive the good energy of the nice home, the clean home, and the broom is showing me sweeping out of this old fierceness within the self. And I feel like That's been a thing. I can't remember if it was Cancer, but in past readings, I feel like that came out for Cancer. So now's the time with this shadow retrograde coming in this week. I feel like this is what you're balancing. So that's really nice. I feel like you've been on a little bit of a rocky road, because I just went through a whole woo with emotions within all of that. Here, I gotta tell you, Cancer. So that's not very fun for you guys, but it does level out now. You do balance it. You do come into that balance. So Leos, the masculine energy, what you're projecting out. I hope everybody's having a really wonderful Sunday this morning. I'm going to try and keep going here a little bit into this. As I was shuffling earlier and I was feeling the energies come in for all the signs, the angelic energies, I was sensing with Leo that you were cutting something out. Some of you are ending something, and I was sensing some sneakiness, and all of those cards are coming out. But at the same time, the opposite cards are coming out to wisdom and going through a soulmate process. So you do have some disappointments in some situations, and you are getting advice from a wise person. So I am feeling this is within a relationship. You're ending a relationship. The masculines are ending a relationship, or you're cutting off ties to something that is not serving you financially and shifting it. And you're listening to somebody who has some experience within that. Those are two things I'm picking up on the masculine energy, or the feminine energy of what you're projecting. That may be a little confusing. So what I'm saying is, if you're a woman, you may be projecting that energy. If you're a man, you're definitely projecting that energy a lot. So the feminine energy, what you're receiving, so no, this is energies that a man would be receiving probably about 30% of the time. There's shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business and family matters. Once again, this is leading into the next sign here, a different set of cards that are showing you family matters, feminine energies. So you're Leos, you're dealing with, I feel, care of other people. I feel like you are applying your money correctly. I feel like you've just come into, some of you have come into some money. So you very well may be like organizing that and applying it in good ways. You're being definitely resourceful. There may also be a lot of sexual, I don't know, I'm sensing like with the seahorse, like a lot of sexual activity, beauty, love, really romantic energy coming in. So you're receiving that. That's really good. Because I feel like, Leos, you guys have been through a little bit of tough times. So you may be having, sorry about that. We lost a little bit of connection there, Leo. So I'm going to repeat that. You're being a little bit more responsible with your sexual connections, and you're listening to advice from a wise person, for sure. So let's see what's going to bring these energies together for you to move into your soulmate energy. The World card. Woo! Wow. So here we go. That was a little everywhere. So the World card here, Leo, I'm sensing that there is a cycle coming to completion of this sneaky again. Oh, we lost connection again. Sorry, guys. Hope we're back. There we are, back. Okay. So with the World, we have the energy. I feel like this is coming around the cycle of you're seeing things for what they are. You're concentrating on family matters. You're cutting out what was not working for you financially and an old relationship, and you're listening to wise people. So on this swing, I feel like the romance angels, I haven't pulled them yet, but when I shuffle, I feel like on the swing coming down here on the World, coming into the good, you're because you've listened to the wise advice, even though you weren't real comfortable with it. There was some shady people around you and some good people. You had to decipher between the two. And I'm sensing here, like within relationships and not, like really and truly. So you've cut out some things that were serving you there, Leo. You're disappointed about somebody's behavior. The masculine energy, deception comes out. Look at that. So as I'm saying, yeah, you've uncovered some masks that were deceptive. And so in the feminine energy, what you're receiving, religious factors again, another double card here, guys. Okay, deception and religious factors. So someone may be hiding behind spirituality here. Someone may also, okay, so I feel what you're receiving here, Leo, is somebody who is very dogmatic in their religious energy, and they're trying to force that upon you. That's one group of people. The other group of people I'm hearing here is receiving energies of that other person that's too shrewd, like with the religious factors. They're being like manipulative within family energy. So watch that, okay? And don't be fooled by it. Don't be fooled by it. You see the deception. So you're seeing through all of that energy here, Leo. So you're maneuvering through that in order to cut those ties so that you can receive. I feel like something was taken away from you here, Leo, that the angelic energies want to give you back. That's what I'm sensing. They want to give you back something that was taken from you. I feel like you may have contributed to some of the problem, but there, Leo, but I am also sensing that it was done under duress through your life. So that's what I'm sensing there. So I'm not really sure what that is about or who that's for, but there you go. So Virgos now, we're going to tap into the masculine energy of Virgo. You know, all these cards, look at all these cards, and the same cards are falling out. How? Okay, broom, a new home, a new attitude. It's always a good thing. Okay, we have major challenges to overcome, and then we have guaranteed success. So the two masculine energies, that what you're projecting is new home, a new attitude, major change to overcome. So you're going through a challenge. And then on the feminine side, you're receiving guaranteed success, too much concern with sexual matters. You know what I'm laughing about? I'm laughing because I feel like it's actual move home and what's going on. And then over here, we have guaranteed success. So I feel like you get what you want with this home situation, and you overcome a whole bunch of financial situations. I feel more financial, and all of a sudden the sexual energy came in. So I'm not, pardon me, exactly sure where this too much sexual energy is coming in, but I feel like it's going to come out here now. Okay. So you're to be concentrating on work and what you have, Virgo, what you have pulled in the past. Also, I feel like you have used your wisdom to overcome this financial burden, and you have done it. If it's concerning a new job, you've done this. If concerning an advancement in your career, you've done this. You're going to get this. You're looking now. No, I feel like it's already happened. Okay, you're looking back on, these are the group that are looking back on what you've achieved. You've overcome a lot. And so now you're getting guaranteed wishes. So watch maybe what I'm sensing here on what you're receiving, that it's not just based on the sexual energy. Sexual energy can be twisted here. And with the masculine and feminine energy, if you either abuse your authority within that, or somebody abuses it over you, which I'm sensing here, Virgo, that someone possibly could be, maybe in a workplace, something like that. Maybe, you may be in that kind of a situation. And if you are, I feel like you need to get some help. So go to a professional and do that, because this is important, and it's not okay that happens. But I feel like if there's something like that, it's proven to be so. And I feel like there may be some slander or something like that, but you move on from the situation. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like maybe this work situation is what's hindering you from getting a little further, but things are working out. I feel like you had to go through this process right now. So the masculine energy of the Virgo is true love. So you're calling in the angelic love angels, the soulmate energies are working with true love right now. They're clearing up, I feel, all that is stopping you from calling it, because this is the time now that it's birthing. I feel like through this birthing of the Aquarian age, that this is one of your jobs here, Virgo, is to balance your soulmate energy. So what you're receiving, what you're putting out there is true love, and you're receiving a relationship. That's what you're receiving. So getting to know each other and calling that in, whether you're male or female, you're receiving this. Okay, more than there's true love. You're putting that energy of true love out there, and you get it, and it's through your hard work. So keep your nose to the grindstone is what I'm sensing there, Virgo. You're gonna get what you want. It's coming, telling you. You're clearing out all that nonsense. You're clearing it out. So let's take another look. What's in the teacup here for the Libra? Guys, if I'm on the wrong one, or if I miss a sign, let me know, because sometimes I get confused, and I'm doing this all the time. Which one am I on? But I believe I'm on Libra, and I sense that I always get confused around Virgo Libra. Why is that? Okay, so the vase. Secret admirer. Oh, wow. Someone is projecting, either you guys got a real crush on somebody, or somebody's got a real crush on you. But I'm going to tell you, this is in the projective energy, so I'm sensing you guys, Libra, got a real crush on somebody, and it's a secret still. You're not letting this person know. Control your anger, or you will be sorry. Wow, lightning and secret admirer. Oh, wow. That's a little intense, you guys. Is somebody, younger woman, dealings, okay, this is the receptive energy, the feminine, dealing with relationships with a younger woman. So if your partner, there's a couple of scenarios here. If you're spying on your partner, or you have hired somebody here, Libra, to do this, you may find out that your partner is with a younger woman. If you're in that situation. Family sorrow is the next one with the feminine energies. So I feel like the feminine energies are dealing with a lot of people maybe who are ill in your family. I feel like there's a lot of like separations, a lot of like little things around you. And it's not your stuff, it's other people around you. But you're having this energy of this secret admirer around you. And then we have this lightning come in. So there's anger here. So watch if someone is watching you, Libra, okay, watch that you don't get angry about it, okay? If you're watching someone and they have a partner, you may be very explosive with what you have, and you may be in very great sorrow within this energy. So this is a warning for you to balance this energy right now, because I'm going to tell you, with this pre-shadow period coming in the next 3 weeks, there may be intense energies that could be healing a situation. The Hangman, you're supposed to watch and observe. You're supposed to control your anger at this time. So if you're seeing something, or if somebody's doing something to you that you're not liking, or because I'm feeling like this is not something that's good, I'm going to tell you, with all of these other cards involved, look at, I mean, I'm going to, and then the Hangman on top of it, guys, that doesn't feel very good with the Libra energy. Okay, doesn't feel very good to me. And then you have the Hangman. So, there's something going on behind the scenes that you're investing in and looking into that's going to make you mad if you find out the truth. So watch what you do there. And let's just see what the romance angels have to say on how to conduct ourselves through the energy of Libra, calling in your soulmate. So on the higher plane, what the angelic energies want you to know is I haven't pulled in the feminine energy, what you're receiving yet, but what you need to do is call in your soulmate. It feels to me, this is not the person that's your soulmate. So you're observing this, and then pay attention to the red flags. Wow, this is a little bit of a cryptic reading. I'm so sorry here, Libra, if you guys are going through this, but honestly, watch. I feel like if someone's saying to you, I'm your soulmate, I'm your soulmate. Maybe there's an obsessive thing going on here that you guys are going through. It maybe even be some of you there's a younger woman around you that's obsessive about you. I don't want to get too much into this or read too much into this. If you guys are going through that, you guys need a personal reading. I'm going to tell you, there's something going on here that's pretty deep. So pay attention to the red flags. Interestingly enough, I also just did a reading on pay attention to the red flags last Wednesday. So you guys in particular, Libra, might want to listen to that reading. There might be more information for you. Watch and see, guys. You don't need to act. You don't need to get angry. Sit with your anger. Let it move through you. That's what my guides want to tell you right now. You're calling in your soulmate. By dealing with what's happening and sitting in calmness, you're calling in your soulmate correctly. So let that other person have their karma. And trust me, they're going to get theirs. It's not a good situation that they're creating. You know, when someone, I'm going to tell you something else too. So another thing I'm going to just sense before I go on. I'm going to tell you this with all signs, but particularly for this sign of Libra. You can have a soulmate and the other person doesn't recognize that they're a soulmate and they may not treat you so well. So you must move away and separate yourself from that soulmate. And so you could be recognizing that that's a soulmate, but the other person's not treating you correctly. So you must separate yourself from that. You must clarify yourself and separate yourself from that. That's the warning I'm going to give you guys. Be very clear with your boundaries. And protect yourself. I'm just sensing protect yourself, like online and if you're out working. Okay, you know, I feel like this was for Libra because I'm still talking. It says the problem will be resolved. So don't fret. Don't get all worried. And if you're not sensing that at all, like I said, this is a general reading. It's not for everybody. That was obviously important for somebody to listen to. So if you're sensing that through you, then you know it's for you. You know what you need to pay attention to and how to protect yourself because the problem will be resolved. So now we're going to go into the energy of Scorpio. Scorpios, what's going on, Scorps? Okay, repetitive, here we go again. We have the rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters, older woman, dealing with relationships with an older woman. That's on the masculine side. On the feminine side, we have depression, anxiety, vulture, someone is against you, and we have sorrow over a loss. I'm going to tell you what the story is that I'm sensing here, Scorpio, is that you have lost either a mother, I feel like a mother or a grandmother, but I feel more like a mother. And I feel like the way you're dealing with it is going out and being really sexually promiscuous right now. And it is a sense of depression, and I feel like you may be, look at that. I'm going to take the two cards. I don't care. So they go together. So what's happening here is that you have lost someone. You're dealing with it in a way that is unhealthy. This is what I'm sensing. Or your soulmate is, one of the two. And then we have the vulture and the wreath. So I feel like you have lost a loved one and a feminine energy around you, and that there is people around trying to take in family. I feel like you're dealing with money matters, financial things, dividing up financial affairs, that sort of thing, inheritances. And so you may be just going out and having a whole ton of sex because you don't know what else to do. And I'm feeling that is a time that's ending and you're over this, and you know that this is not the way you're resting from that, and you are mastering this energy. It's time you're coming out of this grief, and you will handle your affairs correctly is what I'm sensing here, because the Magician popped out on top of the resting from this. And so just watch that your behavior isn't going back into that too overly like sexual energy is what I'm sensing here. And you know, it's like the way you're dealing with it, you know, keep an open mind. So when I'm saying, when I'm saying this, maybe some of you might be really not wanting to hear that and saying, oh, no, it's just whatever, it's the way it is. I feel like some of you also here are dealing with someone you're actually wanting to reconcile with another person, but you really don't know how. So you're supposed to keep an open mind, and you have reconciliation. So someone I feel from your past, Scorpio, that you're intently thinking on, and you're dealing with it through missing them through all kinds of sexual activity. Yeah. And you may be dealing with the loss of a mother figure in and around you, or an older woman that's important to you. That's what I'm sensing there, Scorpio. But there's reconciliation for you. So don't lose hope that you can work through this energy on a positive level. It's not always, it's not that it's like bad to do that. I feel like, you know, it's just, I feel like it's an escape. It's like an escape. You're using it as the escape. You're not necessarily using it as just the purity of the sexual activity. So that's a problem for you in the long run. That's all that this is saying here, to balance out. And actually that you are balancing it out. Okay, so moving into the energy of Sagittarians. Let's see what's going on, Sagittarians, for the masculine. We have basket, recognition, reward for merit. And a box, you will receive a gift. Ooh, Sagittarians, I like that. That's fun for you guys. Let's see on the feminine energy. So you have, you are highly thought of and good fortune. So I'm going to tell you the projective energy, recognition, reward for merit, and you will receive a gift. However, this is the projective energy, so I feel you're giving a gift. And I'm also seeing that you're telling other people who you recognize that are valuable in your life, that they are valuable in your life. And so there's something going on there that's hidden, I feel, in this box that has not come out yet. It's not come out yet. And so this is going to be presented to you. And the other, what you're receiving is the fact that you're also, it's a weird thing because you're also receiving a gift. On the other end, you're receiving, because you give it freely, like I feel like Sagittarians do, you're going to receive this really great fortune. Good fortune? Are you kidding me? With what's going on in the planetary alignment right now, you're darn right Sagittarians are going to have some good fortune. So I'm also feeling like Sagittarians are having a little bit of hard time with their self-worth, their self-value. So that this is the time where you will get a little bit of an ego boost in the correct manner that allows you to move forward with some of the spiritual endeavors that you have. And I am feeling like this is very spiritual, because recognition, again, for your merit, this is dealing with spiritual matters here, Sagittarian. So you're progressing on this quite well where you need to. So you have the Queen of Cups. There is a psychic awareness, a psychic opening. Excuse me. There's a psychic opening, and you will know what to do with the gift that you receive. And with your good fortune, I feel like there's two things happening here for you, Sagittarian. You're receiving money, and you're receiving something else that you want. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm going to go into the romance angels and ask, because I have a feeling it's to do with a relationship. So what is it the romance angels want to tell the masculine Sagittarians? And the feminine energy, what are they receiving? What are they projecting? And what are they receiving? Feminines for Sagittarians. I'm not taking all that. Okay, So we have trust and express your love. 2 cards popped out for Sagittarius. It's going to take them on the receiving side. They kind of go hand in hand. I am sensing that when you're trusting to express your love now, you're no longer, you're seeing psychically the correct people to express your love to. You're no longer being blindsided by, you're no longer being bombarded by negativity. And I feel like you guys have been for a cycle of quite a long time. So you're coming out of that now. And what you have been going through is worth waiting for. So definitely you're seeing psychically into where the soulmate energy is and where you must bring this together, where you're good, where you are highly thought of. You're going where you're highly thought of. That's another message that I'm getting for Sagittarians. You're going where you're highly thought of, and this is where your good fortune is. That's where your balance is, to receive your gifts, because it's going to expand your gifts. You're going to have recognition for the true self of what you are. You're going to project your true self for the first time, I think, in a long time. You've been accommodating other people and not concentrating on your spiritual self, soul purpose. With this planetary alignment right now, Sagittarians, you are definitely going into that process of aligning yourself spiritually. So that's coming in, and the goodies of your hard work. Well, actually, the good and the bad karma, let's face it, whether you've been working on yourself or not, you're going to be working on yourself now, because spiritually you can't avoid it. Your guides will not allow you to avoid this process. It's that simple. That's what I'm seeing strongly for Sagittarians. So now we're going to move into the energy of Capricorn and pull some masculine cards first, and then we'll pull the feminine. So let's see what's going on the masculine side here for. So we have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Since we're dealing with, interesting. So we have, since we're dealing with soulmate energy, balancing divine, masculine and feminine, there may be a situation. I am sensing some of you are dealing with friends, and then some of you are dealing with mainly with soulmate relationships. So we have happiness and well-being. So your relationship is content and someone is jealous of this on the masculine energy. So what you project out there, even if you're a woman, so your masculine energy, what you're projecting out as a Capricorn, people are becoming jealous of you because it's really good. And that's unfortunate. And I feel like the person that is projecting is a secret admirer, and they're full of strong emotions for you. And it can be love or hate. So they are teetering on this part of secret admirer. So you got to watch this. I feel this is the second person that has gotten this. This is very interesting. A lot of fire energy. So be cautious with this one here. I'm telling you, I don't know who this is for, but I feel like you're going to know if you feel like somebody's off around you, your Capricorns, you're going to be like, I know exactly who that is. So I don't really need to tell you, but you guys know. So be cautious because it's coming around. And I feel like during Mercury retrograde season, they're going to want to come around. I don't want to go into the romance angels yet. I want to find out why. What is this to do with balancing your two energies, your home life? In order to have happy home life, you have to remove this wedge. You have to find out who this person is. That I feel like there's some gossip around you. Oh, look in the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. So there's some gossip and duality. Someone's trying to definitely break your relationship up here, Capricorn, if they haven't already. And also sensing, watch the secret admirer. Whoever's floating your boat here, watch it. I feel like you need to. And so the romance angels are going to give us a little further guidance here. A retreat and healing family issues. So your family may have been involved in some of the gossip. So you're kind of, I feel like, correcting that within the family unit because, oops, sorry, dropping these cards here. So you're retreating into family. You're retreating into your safe haven. You're protecting your home. And you are definitely balancing the energies of bringing in a balanced home life. But do watch this because this doesn't come up again. Look at, I mean, honestly, this is, I keep shuffling. Same cards keep kind of popping up but in different patterns. But There's your secret admirer, your wedge, your what your sun is, all the good things that you want. You're retreating back into your and retreating and healing your family issues. Sorry, I'm trying to grab all these with my hands, but I can't. So that's quite a bit here that you're contending with, Capricorn. But you do it. And so that's what you need to do to balance. You need to pick that wedge out to balance your masculine and feminine energies within your soulmate relationships. And for those of you who are single, I feel like similar applies. There may have been somebody who come between the two of you. So now we're going to go to Aquarius. Oh, we have opportunities are waiting for you and wishes granted. Once again, repetitive messages. But they come out in different ways. So there is this is your opening. I feel like you're opening here, Aquarius, new doorways. You're making something happen. Hi, everybody. Sorry if I'm ignoring you. The messages pop up and pop down really quickly. So if I say see you, then I don't. But I don't always see everybody. So there you go. So I'm going in order, and now I'm in from Aries to Pisces, and now I'm on Aquarius. So you might have to go back to listen to your signs. And I'm doing a collective tea reading for everybody in the end. Okay, so that's going to be a little exciting. So here, with Aquarius, you are projecting something. You're making something happen. You're making a dream of yours happen here, Aquarius, and that's what you're projecting. That's the masculine energies. And the feminine energies, you're cutting something out. Forces working against you. And we have a period of prosperity and abundance. So the feminine energy is you're receiving I hope everybody's understanding what I'm saying by receiving and projecting here. And if you don't, please leave a message and I'll try to clarify it as best I can, so you guys understand what I'm talking about here. But what you're doing is you're creating an energy. There's somebody trying to come in and cut you out of something and trying to stop you from moving forward. But you're making a doorway regardless and getting the things that you want. And the bread, which is a period of prosperity and prosperity and abundance. So you may be going through a little bit of a time trying to create this doorway to force that open. And I am also sensing that this is something to do with you. Some of you may be entrepreneurs within your relationships. Movement. I feel like one person within the relationship, you both need to move. That's what I'm sensing here. Aquarius, you need to move. So it's time to move. If there's an opportunity for you to move, do it. And it will cut out all of that energy working against you as well. You're going to move where you want to move. That's what I'm getting. Now, you may not have it. I'm sensing like you may not have it right away or anything, but that's the goal that you're working towards. Wedding. Oh my gosh, you guys. Aww. I feel like committed relationship, like deep committed relationship. It could be wedding, but I'm not really sensing that. I'm sort of sensing like deep committed relationship. Like you're living together and the elevation of the relationship goes deeper. You wanted that. You wanted that connection, that deeper spiritual connection, and you got it here. Honeymoon. Come on. Honeymoon and wedding. Wow. Okay. So you're receiving the honeymoon period and this higher commitment. This is what you always wanted. So now is the time to make the movement of what you want, Aquarius, because your partner is in the receptive energy and you're able to put forth. So when you look at the energy of the wedding, it's like a celebration. It's fun. It's good. So you're putting out the wish and creating the doorway and the movement so that you can create that doorway to move through into that established energy of period of prosperity. Yeah. and abundance. Like it's like not just with money, but with love, family, whole communities. It's not just shallow here, guys. That's pretty interesting. I'm glad we didn't have any more stalker energy. What was that? It's got to stop, right? Just be cautious out there, guys, you know? That's all I'm going to say. You get that. You don't get those warnings for nothing. Two different signs, I think, got that. I can't even remember which ones they were now, but just watch it. Okay, so Pisces. Let's go into Pisces. Oh, okay. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. That's for Pisces. Dealings or relationships with women. You know, I'm also feeling here. I'm also feeling Pisces, like similar energies have been coming up, repetitive messages for Pisces. So I apologize if this is a little repetitive. I'm not trying to be, but I can't help the cards that come up. So there's a few things that are different right now. So I'm set on the feminine side, you're receiving this. So you guys are in a financial pinch, the lobster, and parrot, someone is gossiping about you, about all of your secrets. Dealing or relationship with a woman, and someone you know is undependable. So I am sensing here strongly, okay, that there's male energies that you're dealing with, past relationships. I feel there's gossip, all kinds of nonsense going on about you, and it's coming from this, and it's also putting you in a financial burden. The only way to lighten this, the only way to lighten that burden is to separate yourself from that energy. So I want to go in and see a little further why this is going on here for the two of you. Why is this woman affecting you so greatly, Pisces? It's affecting your finances, it's affecting your mental, like your psyche. It's affecting like insecurities. It's bringing out a lot of insecurities. Oh, look, we have the Hermit. So I am sensing strongly that meditation is how you contend with this. Okay, how you balance out the masculine and feminine energies within your soulmate partners. I'm sensing this is a soulmate partner for you. So this committed relationship, but also soulmate energy. You've had to learn this lesson of what is dependable and what isn't dependable throughout your life, Pisces. I'm seeing that you have many dependable people and many undependable people. You're flocking towards more. You're recognizing the ones that are gossiping and not supporting you, and going more inward and having a little bit quiet time. You know, I'm also sensing a little depression in the past, but you're not going there. People may think that, but you're actually being quiet and contemplative, and you're seeing things from a different light at this time. You're going to receive some positive, I feel like you're going to receive some positive energies. I don't know, I want to say money, but maybe, but I feel like you get some like relief somewhere. And I just want to see what the romance angels have to say. Sometimes they deal with money, but not often, but in an indirect way. So through your partner, how you feel about yourself, through your partners, how they deal with it. So true love. So someone is disguising themselves, and they're having dealings with you that are insincere and not dependable. It's putting you in a financial pinch. It's a lot of gossip about you, so you have to go inward. You have to go inward, and you have to, I feel like you're looking back on something here. You're looking through your life, and you're like, this was not true love. This was masked. It's not true love. And this person is gossiping about you, Pisces, telling you that person's gossiping about you. So you're projecting the energy of true love, but what you're receiving is a lot of nonsense. So what is the feminine energies dealing with Pisces? What's going on with Pisces? Oh my gosh. Children. Oh. So you're receiving the energy of children. So you guys may have been in a conflict with situations concerning children. So this person may be using your children against you in some fashion, or gossiping with the children against you. Oh my God, Pisces, that's terrible. I am so sorry if you're going through that. These cards are interesting because they do pull out a lot of symbolism. And I'm telling you, you have to go inward to find the answer to this. And you will be going through a little bit of financial situation right now. But your energy is to concentrate on the true love, okay, and your children, and going inward. Self-care, guys, self-care. I'm feeling that very strongly. So now, people, I am going to use an actual teacup for a collective reading. I'm going to pour some water for this. And I'm going to tap into our energies collectively and see what kind of messages we're going to receive through the symbolism of the tea leaves. So, have to have a drink. I'm talking too much. Give me a moment while I get prepared here, people. Takes a bit of time to get the liquid off and the energies of everybody. So I'm going to show you guys what I am looking at. This is the energy of what collectively, what we're symbolized to look through. And as I find them, I'll try to point out what I'm seeing as best I can. A little bit of a glare here. I'm going to tell you, 1 second, I'm going to shut the blind here. There. I guess it's the best I can do for now, guys. The first thing I notice is rolling hills over here, and sort of, I feel like mountain energy. And if you look a little closer here, I'm seeing a rooster here, and I'm seeing it on some farmland. And so I'm sensing the masculine energy very strongly at this time. And since this is masculine and feminine energy, I am feeling that the masculine energies are trying to overcome it seems like great mountains of energy. So collectively, the masculine energy is really looking at a lot to overcome. And yet there, I feel, if you look over here, I don't know if you can see over here, I feel like there's angelic guidance from within this, over this energy. It is subtle though. You really have to go quiet and go in order to receive the energy on the masculine. So watch what you're projecting in a spiritual manner. Even if you're a woman, watch what you're putting out there, because what you're putting out there is may be you creating your own obstacles. That's what I'm seeing within this cup. But the angelic energy and the guidance is subtle, saying, oh, just pay attention, watch the ego, watch it. And so when you do that and you do listen to the guidance, it does leap you forward. And where I'm seeing that is there's another spirit. If you look here, there's one spirit there, and there's another one above. Let's say it a little closer. There and there. And so the spirit is moving upward. So there is an escalation in our energy collectively moving through the masculine energies. So especially in the Western world, we project a ton of energy. We are very projective compared to the Eastern world. I've spent a lot of time there and a lot of time here, and it is much more projective on this part of the world. We say what we want, we do what we want. Over there, they're just very quiet, and that's just the way they are. So here, there's that. And over here, I just seen I'm noticing over here, if you can see above here, an eagle flying above these two angelic spirits. So there is a guidance over us right now in the soulmate journey when we're trying to balance these two energies and our masculine's too projective. They're telling us to not overthink this mountain of energy. The other thing that I'm seeing here is on this side is a turkey. So there's healing within this. So there's a big turkey. If I look at this whole symbolism here, it's a big turkey as well as a mountain to me. So there's different forms that come in. And so this is overpowering this cock that's down here, this masculine chicken here that's trying to overcome everything. So here we have the energies balancing out and saying, no, 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 there's healing going to happen within this anger, frustration, all these projective energies that we don't know what to do with. And the poor men in the world are picking up that energy, even from feminine energies, that we don't know what to do with all this projective energy. And they're taking that on. So they're getting all like their, feathers all ruffled and going, hey, wait a minute here. You can't like push that much energy on us. So, they're pushing back. And so, but now's the time of healing this. This is the time of healing between men and women, all of those energies. And I'm talking even in same-sex relationships here, not just masculine and feminine. There's masculine and feminine energies even within that same-sex marriage. So apply that as it works. So if you don't know what that is, you can message me later and I will explain it to you, but if you're of same-sex marriage. So apply that as it goes. You guys know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure, or the energy wouldn't be coming out. I am seeing some energies of gatherings of people around here. So here I am seeing like, I don't know if you've ever, what I'm sensing is, you've ever seen those, they're like ceramic things where the people are sitting around holding hands around a fire pot. I'm sort of seeing that with this right here, with these people around, and there's the fire pot. So gatherings of people around. So there's they're telling that the angelic energies are telling us to gather around, talk about your situations. It's healing right now. It's time of healing. People are going to understand what you're going through. You're not the only ones going through this right now. And I am feeling there's a sense of loneliness between, on this journey. There's a lot of soulmates out there that are very lonely. So it becomes a desperation, and that's where the ego is, stepping in. So they want you to know here that gathering around other people going through this journey that are hurting is really important right now, and to express between comfortable people. Very, very important for us. Oh, I'm seeing a little parrot right in the center. I don't know if you can see it right there, that little center. Right there. Right there. So I'm seeing the parrot, and the parrot, this is a parrot feather, by the way, guys. And I've had this for quite a few years, and so I use it as a little wand. But with this parrot, I am seeing here, this is an energy of love. It really works with the energy of love. So it's bringing in soulmates together within all of that. That's in the center of the reading. So that's quite an interesting thing that's happening in and around here with us. I'm also seeing a peacock here on the top, if I can point it out. There's the head. I'm also seeing a goat in the same shape, but there's a peacock with the feathers coming down here. The feathers, that means to me that our ego is where we are on the masculine energy. We're controlling the ego because the feathers are down. We're not like proud and showing off our stuff all the time. We're a little bit more receptive into not putting what we want out all the time, but hearing the other person. Truly, that's what's happening here with the soulmate energy. I'm also sensing that is a goat. So there's some stubbornness that we've worked through. And I'm also seeing that same symbol as a dragon. And it's a two-headed dragon, one head here and one head here. So the opposing forces of this dragon energy, I feel, is protecting us from all sides this time as we're going through the soulmate energy too. So that's what I'm seeing from the teacup today. And I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. It's gone on a little longer as usual. And if you do like this reading, take a moment and like it or love it, whichever one you like. And if you do, if it doesn't apply to you, well, then whatever. But you can maybe, refer it to somebody else who may like it as well. So if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to leave some comments in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. about this reading. And also, I wanted to say, take a look at your sun, moon, Venus, and rising signs. So all of these energies will interplay. You'll get like 5 readings out of this reading if you apply all those signs correctly, and you'll be able to mix them within this one reading and how to do that. So I will put that information for a free natal chart so you can find out where your placement is if you know your birth time. So I hope that's helpful for you, and maybe I'll do a video to explain exactly how to do that so people know how to do that and get their natal chart without having, because there's all kinds of ones that are free online. So I can show you how to work through that. Maybe I'll take time this week and make a video about that so you guys know how to do that. And then you can take this one reading that we do and apply the probably 5 different signs, 4 different signs, and then the one collective reading. So that's 5 different readings in one reading that you get out of each of the videos that I do. So it's quite a bit of information for you to work with at different energies. And I think I'm going to do that. I'll take some time this week to do that before the end of the month so you guys know how to use these to the best of their ability with the information they're trying to give you correctly. Okay, and where to place that and how to apply it. Someplace it might be in your money. Someplace it might be in your relationship. Someplace it might be in your house. So that's what it helps you decipher and where to apply all those things. But if not, you'll know intuitively what you need to listen to. So thanks for joining me, and I'm going to say goodbye now, and you have a great Sunday afternoon. And maybe we'll see you tonight at 11. I'm going to come back on 11 p.m. Okay? Bye for now.